Being eaten by a shark has always been one of man's darkest nightmares. A fear perpetuated in tabloid headlines and in the dark of movie houses, causing sharks to become some of the most misunderstood and vilified animals on Earth. The reality is you're more likely to die from lightning or by drowning in a bathtub than from a shark attack. Each year, there are only 8 to 12 reported deaths due to shark attacks in the entire world. When I wrote Jaws more than a quarter of a century ago, I had no idea I was touching nerves so raw and deeply rooted in our psyches. Nor did I, or practically anybody else at that time, realize how misleading the image of sharks was. Only now are we learning the remarkable secrets of sharks, understanding their role in the sea's fragile ecosystem, and realizing how we, humans, are threatening their survival. It's time to take a look at the truth about sharks. Sharks are not the man-eating monsters we have portrayed them as. Sharks are instead one of nature's great masterpieces. Extraordinarily powerful, surprisingly graceful, exquisitely agile. Not all sharks are alike. They come in a fascinating range of sizes and appearances with unique and varied dispositions. Some can be aggressive, but many, surprisingly, are quite timid. And of the 380 species of sharks, only a small number pose any threat at all to humans. One thing that all sharks share is an ancestry that dates back 400 million years to the era of the dinosaurs. But unlike dinosaurs, sharks did not die out. They survived and evolved, developing amazing biological designs highly attuned to their environments. Sleek and streamlined, their bodies are models of underwater efficiency. Unlike other fish, sharks are boneless. Their bodies are built instead around lightweight cartilage. That allows them to maneuver easily in pursuit of prey. Their speed and mobility are aided by thousands of tiny, teeth-like denticles that cover their bodies. These denticles can actually reduce friction underwater, helping some sharks to swim in bursts of speed reaching as high as 40 miles per hour. Then there are the real teeth, the stuff of legend and nightmare. A shark's existence depends upon its razor-sharp teeth. Unlike you and I, who only replace one set of teeth in a lifetime, this sand tiger will spend its entire life losing and replacing teeth. And some sharks, like the lemon, will actually lose a mind-boggling 30,000 teeth over its life through normal wear and tear. Sharks have evolved, developing other unusual and puzzling characteristics. For example, the thresher shark's strangely protracted tail has long mystified scientists. Today, we speculate that the thresher shark uses its tail to stun and herd prey while hunting. Another peculiarity is the hammerhead shark's uniquely shaped head. This implausible shape actually serves a purpose. It gives the hammerhead exceptional maneuverability as it scours the ocean floor in search of its daily meal. Sharks have also evolved in ways that make them surprisingly similar to mammals. They mature very slowly and bear few young. Unlike other fish that lay millions of eggs, female sharks only produce a few pups at a time. Because females produce so few young so late in life, shark populations can easily be devastated by overfishing and habitat loss, and may take decades to recover. Something else that intrigues scientists is sharks' amazingly good health. Unlike humans, sharks seem rarely to get sick. So, scientists are studying whether something in sharks' immune systems helps them suppress tumor growth and fend off illness. By solving this mystery, researchers hope to unlock secrets about our own immune systems, meaning that someday these so-called killers may ironically save thousands of human lives. You'll find sharks in many areas of the ocean. Near shore, in deep seas, sometimes even in the mouths of freshwater rivers. Many, like the blue shark, are oceanic fish living in open seas. They're great global wanderers, commonly traveling thousands of miles for reasons that we have yet to understand. Here, marine biologists are tagging a blue shark with a device that will track its journey, possibly across the Atlantic Ocean and back. If they retrieve the device, it may help explain the shark's puzzling meanderings. Not all sharks are oceanic. Some, like this basking shark, cruise coastal waters. Once mistaken as a sea monster by old mariners, this 25-foot docile giant spends its days lolling at the surface, endlessly filtering microscopic plankton from the water. The seas are filled with all kinds of wonderful sharks that belie the myth of sharks as malevolent killers. The tiny pygmy shark, barely 10 inches long. The rare, enigmatic megamouth, entirely unknown until its first sighting in 1976. The shark's exquisite cousin, the manta ray, whose magnificent fins reach more than 12 feet tip to tip. And the world's largest fish, the whale shark, capable of growing 60 feet in length, yet still graceful as it glides through the water. And then there's the great white. It roams the seas like a wolf roams the forest. Called an apex predator, it exists at the top of the food chain. To survive as an apex predator, an animal must possess highly sophisticated hunting skills. Although this bull shark appears to be exploring a small area of the sea, in reality, like a hawk, it's homing in on prey as far as a mile away. Its sense of smell is so precise that it can sense 1 part of blood per million parts of water. Its hearing is also keenly focused, tuned to the low-frequency sounds that a struggling fish might make. However gruesome a shark attack might appear, it actually benefits the marine ecosystem. By preying on the weak and sick, sharks and other apex predators help keep species lower on the food chain healthy and prevent overpopulation. When we tamper with nature's delicate balance, we can cause serious unintended consequences that ripple throughout the food chain. We learned this lesson the hard way with another apex predator, the wolf. The wolf patrols its own realm, hunting and preying on animals such as elk and deer. Like the shark, the wolf has long been reviled and feared by humans, a victim of misconceptions. This fear of wolves runs so deep that around 70 years ago we attempted to kill them off. The unintended result of this slaughter was that deer and elk populations in some areas exploded, leading to overgrazing of forest vegetation and rare plants. Ultimately, when food sources became scarce, deer and elk faced starvation and disease. It took time, but our understanding of wolves is changing. Today, we view them less as a terrifying menace and more as an irreplaceable animal vital to maintaining nature's equilibrium. We are overcoming our myths surrounding the wolf and are now striving to ensure their return to the wilds of America. Like the wolf, the shark's greatest threat comes from mankind. For every human killed by a shark, tens of millions of sharks are killed by humans each year, out of fear and out of greed. Growing numbers of sharks are fished for their fins, cartilage, teeth, skins, and meat. As a result, many once healthy shark populations are now slipping into decline. One example is the dusky shark. Dusky sharks have long flourished off the southeastern coast of the United States. Over the past 25 years, however, intense overfishing and habitat loss have contributed to a population decline of 85 to 90%. Since these animals don't reproduce until they're about 20 and only have a few pups, it may take years for the dusky shark population to recover. There are other problems facing sharks. Many are needlessly killed by fishing vessels in search of other kinds of fish. Caught on fishing lines or trapped in nets intended for other species, unwanted sharks are thrown back into the ocean, where not all survive. Pollution and intense shoreline development around the world are destroying habitats for many shark populations. The myth of the shark as ruthless killer is also jeopardizing the survival of these wonderful animals, frequently turning them into grim trophies for tournament fishermen from Florida to Taiwan. But perhaps the most loathsome threat to sharks is shark finning. Shark fins are highly prized in Asian cuisine. A single bowl of shark fin soup commands an exorbitant price. This demand for fins is wreaking havoc on shark populations around the world. The shark's fin is severed, often while the animal is still alive. The shark is sometimes dumped back into the sea, where, unable to swim or eat, it slowly drowns. If we allow these threats to sharks to continue unchecked, the consequences can be devastating. Because sharks mature so slowly and bear so few young, it will take a long time, perhaps decades, to replenish their populations. Some may never recover. By killing too many of these apex predators, we are dramatically altering ecosystems, just as we did with wolves. We can protect sharks and the marine environment. Supporting an international ban on shark finning is an important first step, and one we can accomplish. After all, public support helped save thousands of dolphins from needlessly dying in tuna fisheries. We must begin to protect shark habitats, to reduce the vast numbers of sharks caught, deliberately or accidentally, and to improve the global management of shark fisheries. Most important, we must begin to think differently about these wonderful creatures, to see them for what they really are. Mysterious, graceful, survivors of 400 million years of evolution. So vital to the sea's remarkable web of life, yet so vulnerable. Now more hunted than hunter, their future is uncertain. The choice is ours.